Good morning, Elements of Writing friends. It's day 2 of our summer class. I've been really excited to wake up and take a look at the initial icebreakers and discussion forum and some of the other assignments, and people are just kind of off and running uh, with this semester, which is exciting. And there are a few other people who've contacted me with questions about everything from how to navigate the site to what I'm looking for certain assignments. Uh, and just to let you know, some more videos are up kind of detailing how to get in touch with me and some of the expectations of the course. But this video uh, this morning is going to be made to go over the syllabus, which I know some people have already looked at and downloaded and been on the Google Doc. And so let's kind of walk through it. It's a document that is quite long, obviously, as most college syllabi are now, but has important information. So let us begin by looking at the home or splash page here, Elements of Writing. A lot of people have been here already. This is what it currently looks like. You can get to the syllabus several different ways, but the first one I would go to is course content. And that will pull up a page that looks something like this. It might not say syllabus in here, as that was the last place I was, but it might say start here. First time you click it, it might say overview, which is empty. You're going to click on start here. If you look at start here, you'll see, as I said in a previous video, all the links to my welcome videos, the syllabus, class schedule, textbook, and a catalog of all the assignments that we'll be doing over the course of the summer. So the syllabus, it comes in 3 forms here: as a PDF, as a Word doc, and as a Google Doc. And so hopefully you can access it no matter what kind of device you're on. For the sake of what we're doing, let's click on the Google Doc. And the previous video, it was kind of a welcome to Elements of Writing, looked at fall syllabus. So it was a previous class of mine, but because the course description, outcomes, and materials haven't changed, I figured that video would do. But as again, I'm on campus for most of the summer, and we could meet in person now that restrictions have been lifted. Of course, I'd be willing to mask up or whatever makes you most comfortable. I'm also available every morning from 9 to 10 during these office hours, and I'm also very happy to make a time to meet outside of that. So course description, materials in terms of the textbook, the outcomes, the competencies, those have all been covered in a previous video. So why don't I move down to some of the other important issues. Late work or makeup policy. I'll go ahead and read what I wrote and then maybe try to elaborate a little. For me, due dates come in 2 varieties. Soft deadlines, where an assignment can be turned in late and still allow enough time for meaningful feedback, and hard deadlines, where a time crunch prevents the late assignment from being meaningful to your learning. Weekly reading and discussion forum assignments, for example, are mostly useless to you if done after the deadline, because they're connected to a specific moment and activity in the course progression. Thus, I'm not likely to extend deadlines or give credit for late work here, as the value of homework assignments relies mostly on them being done on time. But maybe not always, so don't be afraid to ask me. I'm human, and I understand how easy it can be to fall behind. For major writing assignments, I'm much more likely to offer leeway, since I'll be working through a virtual pile of essays, and having them come in a scattered manner isn't a big deal. Just keep in mind that the later a writing assignment is turned in, the less feedback I might be able to offer. Also, there'll become a point in time where grades will be due, and I simply won't be able to assess your work beyond that date. Ultimately, if you need more time with an assignment, please contact me and tell me what's up. We can probably figure things out. My academic concern is always for your progress and your ability to participate in the course. But my first concern is for your well-being as a person. To maintain fairness, I can't offer to any one student what I wouldn't offer to every student. But fairness doesn't mean that every person does everything at the same time. So please keep in touch. Basically, my late work policy doesn't have hard and fast rules, as in you lose points if you turn it in late. It's more of a kind of I don't know. Week to week, what teachers call scaffolding, meaning they kind of build skills that you work on throughout the semester. It wouldn't make a lot of sense to kind of try to hurry through those in 2 days after you've missed most of the semester. Just because, those are skills that the feedback that I'm going to give week to week are going to matter a lot more. At the same time, if you have, like, we'll have an essay right around the middle of the summer due, a literacy narrative. That, that essay, I could give more time on, right? The final essay, which is going to be tentatively due, in the beginning of July, could also have a little leeway, right? Because it's much more important also that you have time to work on those in concert with me. So basically, late work makeup policy, because I understand that we're all human and we need to be flexible, is, again, case by case basis. The kind of mantra of late work, I guess, is contact me. Class attendance. So online courses, attendance really has everything to do with your engagement on discussion board, forums, assignments, right? There's, no time to necessarily wake up and do the work. Everybody is working around different schedules with work, childcare, life in general. I think we can always have a one-to-one conversation about healthy pacing. Again, tendency, because we're all human, and my tendency is one to procrastinate, which means kind of waiting for the last hour to do all of the work for the week or the month or however the time period is. And I would say that's probably not the healthiest or best. You're not going to get your best work from rushing at the deadline. But at the same time, the nice flexibility of online classes is that people can do the work when they have time to do it. So class attendance is basically marked according to whether or not you're engaging in the assignments week to week. And as always, right, email me if something comes up. Productive classroom learning environment. I'm going to read this in a whole. Since we're going to have discussion forums over the course of the semester, and a lot of those forums will be dealing with issues of language and writing, which intersect with questions of identity at times, right? They might intersect with political or social issues at different moments, right? And we know that we all enter into class as individuals with very different kinds of ideas. And so having a productive classroom learning environment is very important. The best learning takes place in an environment where faculty and students exhibit trust and mutual respect. In a productive learning environment, faculty and students work cooperatively, recognize and respect differences, model the values of character and citizenship, and become lifelong learners. While the online learning environment looks and feels a bit different than the totally in-person classroom atmosphere, these principles still apply. In this class, your participation will take place through discussion forum dialogue, in writing workshops with classmates, and in small group breakout sessions. Participation, thus, plays a large part in your learning, your assessment, and in your overall experience of the course. In addition to the individual benefits of staying engaged in the course, our participation will be radically inclusive, that is directed at the whole class, not just the instructor. It's on all of us to create and sustain an atmosphere in which all classmates feel welcome to contribute. While we'll delve into discussion, research, and writing on pressing and sometimes politically divisive issues in this class, we don't tolerate any hate speech or demeaning language in our community. The rigorous and spirited exchange of ideas is the cornerstone of higher ed, as it's just as critical that all students feel safe, comfortable, and welcome to share ideas, ask questions, and make mistakes in class. Okay. Academic integrity, which is sort of a, I don't know, euphemism for what college really means, is plagiarism. Passing off the ideas or words of others as your own. Please don't do it, right? Meaning don't do it intentionally. You're too smart and worthy of discovering your own path to self-expression. If you're confused by an assignment or just need more time or support, send me an email so we can work together on a plan. And then there's something called the academic dishonesty policy that you can click on here. Again, I hazard to say about once a semester, I got a case of plagiarism, which was intentional, meaning that somebody ripped something off the internet and tried to pass it off as their own. Probably less so now. And it's almost always a case of folks not understanding the prompt, falling behind in class and then getting desperate at the very end, or needing more time. All of those things are workable, right? And so please reach out if there are any questions about, I hate the terms academic dishonesty or integrity. Reach out if you have questions about how to approach an assignment. Let's say that. Okay, campus closings, yeah, click on that if the campus is closed. Hopefully we don't have any more, global pandemics or weather disruptions, but who knows? Academic accommodations. Students with specific academic or classrooms needs may request individualized accommodations. Students wishing to request accommodation should complete an academic request form available at the Learning Services Office at 2063 Cedar Hall or online at that link. If you need any support with this process or have specific needs not covered by it, please contact me so we can work something out. I want you to be successful in this course. Midterm grades is, I think you'll be able to see your grades on Talent actually as I begin giving you feedback today. Midterm grade will come in 2 weeks since we are on a shorter session here in the summer. Nothing happens with your official GPA or financial aid for your grade in progress. I assume people know this already. Midterm grade has purposes to communicate how you're doing and kind of signal to you to contact me if you have questions about how you're doing, and to help us intervene if somebody is falling behind, to help them catch back up and be successful in the class. Student evaluation, again, with the euphemism for grades. Here's a little bit of my philosophy on grades, which will become clear, I think, during the first week of readings. We will discuss the evaluation of writing and alternative grading systems in this course in some detail during the first 2 weeks of class. I see some people in the discussion forum already heading in that direction, which is really exciting. For now, I'll just reiterate from above that this course focuses on and rewards the process of writing over the finished written product. To cite anti-racist writing scholar Asu Inouye, to learn is to labor. And so you will earn credit in this class by putting in work. Through deep reading, constant writing, revision, and reflection, critical research, and meaningful dialogue within our community. That said, we exist in a world where a final grade has to be in the book by May. Yikes. That should say by July for us. I've designed constant low-stakes writing assignments that allow us to tinker on the craft of writing while all the time engaging in self-reflection. For the sake of simple arithmetic, I made available 1,000 points across various kinds of assignments. Below, you'll find Kirkwood's grading scale, which I will use as my guide to plug in your final score. However, as we're focusing on the writing process on deep thinking, collaboration, and dialogue, rather than punitive deadlines and writing perfect, so-called perfect essays, we'll try as much as possible to decenter letter and number grades in favor of your personal goals and the overall improvement of your writing and in the learning we practice together as a community. So here's an overview of the assignments. I'm going to skip these for a second because each one has a more detailed explanation on Talon, but here they are broken down. And the thing to remember about grades is that unlike these grading scales, unlike if you've seen discussion forum number 1, the assumption that, several people need to fail a class or only a handful of people are worthy of getting an A. I really hope each person strives and achieves an A, and that's going to mean different things for different people. There is a kind of myth, right, in education that has, I think, a nasty assumption about human nature underlying it, which is that there are only certain people smart enough to get A's. And to me, setting out goals for yourself, whether it be as a writer or a thinker, whatever the case may be at that time, and achieving those goals is what education, what the production of knowledge is really about. So I'll leave that to be for a second. Okay, some more kind of bureaucratic stuff. Drop date, you can click on the last day to drop, but I'll tell you that you have today to drop the class to receive all your money back, Friday to receive half your money back, and then drop it by June 28th to not get an F in the semester. Obviously, I'll be reaching out to folks to intervene to let them know if they're ever in danger of failing the class, right? No final exams for the summer or the fall or spring, actually. I think final exam week's probably going to go the way of the dodo, as they say. Emergency information, so there's Kirkwood security there. Non-discrimination statement, which is kind of thing very similar to our kind of classroom ethos. Interestingly, though, non-discrimination statements, just to kind of get to the core of them, are more human resources statements. They're sort of to avoid legal trouble rather than, I think, celebrate difference in the way we should. This is just another way to say no discriminatory practices based on identity, race, creed, color, sex, sexual orientation, gender identity, national origin, religion, age, disability, or actual or potential parental, family, or marital status. Or we should say social class there as well. And so we always work hard as educators, and as we should as students, to never act in a discriminatory manner. COVID-19 protocols are based on the latest public health guidelines. You can click on this Kirkwood link, back to work, student protocol. Obviously, as you know, these things are changing very rapidly all the time based on the latest decree by the state government of Iowa. Masks are now optional, effectively. So if you've been back to campus, very few people are wearing them. And those are changing all the time, public health guidelines. So you can click on that link. Obviously, we're an online class, so maybe not as important, but as I said, I'm available to meet in person should that be easier for you. Indigenous land acknowledgement. Kirkwood Community College is located on the homelands of the Ojibwe, Anishinaabe, the Oaxaca, Kickapoo, Menominee, Miami, Missouri, Omaha, Osage, Ottawa, Ottawa, Ponca, Potawatomi, Meskwaki, Dakota, Lakota, Nakota, Sanish, Nukbaga, Nueta, and Ho-Chunk nations. The following tribal nations: Omaha Tribe of Nebraska and Iowa, Ponca Tribe of Nebraska, and the Meskwaki and Ho-Chunk continue to thrive in the state of Iowa, and we continue to acknowledge them. It's just to say, I'm overwhelmed and I have no control over my life and education. In addition to me, here are some case-specific places you can visit for support. What if you need extra support with academic writing? Kirkwood has a writing center. It's located in Cedar Hall 2080 and is designed to help all students improve their writing. It's free, and you can get one-to-one help with your papers from other faculty. There are student computer labs. Also, I should mention there, the COW is an online writing lab, which I also work for. So you might be able to submit your paper through there and I might read it twice. There are computer labs all over the place on campus. Here's two of them, 131 Nielsen Hall and 119 Lynn Hall. There's free tutoring, should you want tutoring. If you click on this link here, you can use our librarians who are just absolute rock stars and help you navigate information should you need to. Desire to Learn is the name of the Talon vendor. And they provide support should you run into problems with Talon. You can click on that link or call them. There's also the Student Help Desk, which is obviously a kind of 9-to-5 tech support on campus, which you can put in a request by clicking that link and also call them during business hours. What if I or a loved one falls ill and needs long-term care during the term? If you need immediate attention, Kirkwood provides student health clinic services here at Student Health. Also, when possible, please email me. I respect student privacy when it comes to health issues, but we should discuss how to proceed with the course in a way that is reasonable, sensitive to your circumstances, and upholds expectations of the course. What that means is I don't need doctor's notes or, I don't know, a confession, whatever students feel like they have to give me. But if you're going out because you're ill, just drop me a line so we can kind of chat about how to keep you in the class and engaged or catch you back up. What if I need to speak with a mental health professional? Diminished mental health includes stress, mood changes, excessive worry, or problem success of students. Click on that counseling link there. Getting help is the smart and courageous thing to do for yourself and for those who care about you. What if I have basic life needs that are making college difficult? Any student who faces challenges securing food, housing, or childcare, or believes this may affect their academic performance is urged to contact the Dean of Students. Kirkwood runs a mobile food pantry to support students faced with food insecurity. You can contact them here for more details. Please note too that Lynn County has a variety of community resources available to those in need. And also, if you're a first generation or low income student, as I was in school, please make yourself aware of the TRIO Student Support Services program. Finally, as always, notify me if you're comfortable doing so, because this will enable me to provide you with any resources that I may possess. Again, getting help when you need it is a smart, courageous thing to do, and we want you to succeed here. I'm gonna stop there. Next is the course calendar, which I'm going to go over in a separate video. So this one is probably already super long and no one's going to watch to the end. If you did, thank you. Congratulations. Yes, so that's the background information of the class and the syllabus and places to get support and advice on what to do to get through the class and be successful, as I know you all will be. And I'm going to catch you on the next video and see you on the discussion forum. So peace out for now.